taking out my locks. Can you believe it? This is all the hey you guys, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to Purely Next. So I just wanted to do a quick video, guys, and update you on what's going on with me. I know I have not posted for a long time, but I'm so sorry about that, but thank you for joining me anyways. So the main point of this video is to show you guys that I've gone and taken out my locks, guys. I've gone and taken out my locks. Can you believe it? Those of you that don't know, I previously had locks and I had them for about 2.5 years, I think, before I decided to take them out. And during the process of having my locks, I mean, I loved the process. I loved how confident they made me. I loved how they made me feel. But at the same time, they were not looking the way that I wanted them to look. So in terms of the size, the design and the shape, just to give you a bit of a backstory, I started my own locks by myself. So it was during COVID. There was nobody to do like hair, and I mean, I could do some of my own hairstyles, but because I felt it would be too time consuming for me to do at that point in time, I just didn't want to continue doing like my own hair, doing different styles, doing something new and continuously manipulate my hair. So I decided that I wanted to lock my hair. But prior to that, years prior, I would say maybe a few years back, it's something that I always felt or intended to do, but I just didn't get the chance. I was not confident enough to do it. So lockdown provided that opportunity. So it was kind of the catalyst that made me actually decide and say, okay, I'm going to lock my hair. I feel like there's a video down on my channel. I don't have that many videos that shows you how I actually started. I was sitting in my bedroom one day during lockdown, I think, and I just decided to twist my hair. I just twisted it normally, and I think I've got a few pictures. If I find them, I might share them. I've got a few pictures that I took immediately after I did that, and I think I've also got another video on here, maybe like a day or two after that I actually started my locks, talking about how I felt. In those videos, you could see that I'm very elated, I'm very happy, because it was such a freeing feeling. I just felt such freedom, and I couldn't wait to be on the journey that I was going to go on, like having locks. Obviously, I'd seen so many videos of other people that had locks, talking about how they were enjoying their journey, how important that journey was for them, how it sort of transformed them, how it gave them like a lot of confidence. And I was looking forward to that. And I actually did feel a lot of confidence, I'm not gonna lie, when I did the locks. Fast forward now, maybe a year or so after lockdown actually started, after COVID, I had to get back into work, and unfortunately my locks were not at the length that I wanted them to be at. So even though I wanted to do a hairstyle that made me feel like I wasn't adding any fakeness, I was just me in my trueness and my true nature, I had to go into the corporate world, and my hair was not looking the way that I felt comfortable looking. Instead of me pushing through and just accepting and just saying pushing through, like this, the whole point of this journey is to not make me self-reliant on looking a certain way, on putting all of this straight hair, all of these other things on my head to make me feel like I can be accepted, but just to be myself. At the same time, we know what it's like working in certain places, and I just didn't want to deal with all of the hassle, because it was a new job. Yep, I went back to putting on my wigs, but even though I was putting on my wigs, I would say I was not looking after my hair underneath. But one good thing about the locks is, even though I was not paying that much attention to them, they still thrived, like they still grew. The only thing that I regret is that I wasn't as good at documenting every single part of the journey. I mean, if I find videos, I might share them. I don't have a lot. If I do share them, they'll be around here somewhere as I'm talking, as I'm speaking, to actually show you. So yeah, I continued on with the journey, like, you know, washing. Maybe I'd wash like maybe once every like 8 weeks, continued wearing like my wigs, and then I found I retwisted my own hair maybe a few times by myself just to see how I could do it. But even that for me was a bit much. It was a bit arduous for me to do. So I found a loctician who was really good at doing it. And then he started doing the styles to my hair. Again, I didn't take that many pictures, which I regret because I'm not good at documenting what's actually going on in my life, unfortunately. So yeah, I didn't end up taking the pictures that I needed to take, which is so annoying, but that's fine. I'm sure I'm gonna find a few and I'll share them with you. So yeah, I found the loctician. But even though I found a loctician, still I was wearing wigs. I was not comfortable enough to actually showcase my hair the way it was, because when I started off the locks, I just cut off, I think, my relaxed hair. So it started off like really short, and they were self-started and they were stubby. You know, you go through the different stages where it's baby locks, and then you go through the stage where they're forming and they're budding and they're sticking out and they're doing all of these kind of things. And then you go through the is it tween or teen lock stage? I don't know, whatever that stage is, where they've gone through the budding stage, but now they're starting to drop and you're trying to kind of see like the actual shape, like how they're gonna look. Yeah, so that's the stage that I was at. But even then, because you can see my head is lovably big. But the locks, they were not doing it. They were like here, and it was just not working. So I continued wearing my wigs. And then fast forward a few months, I think, was it last year, I knew that I was gonna leave the job that I was doing, and then I decided after that, like immediately the last day when I was leaving that job, I handed in like all my equipment and I booked myself for an appointment with the loctician. I decided that day, you know what, I'm not wearing any more wigs, because I was wearing wigs for that job and I kept on feeling like I'm an imposter. I'm supposed to be going for this lock journey, but I'm not doing it fully, you know. So yeah, I was so excited. I went to the loctician. I think I've got a picture or so when the loctician did my hair the first time. I know I mentioned that I was seeing a loctician before. Actually, no, prior to that, I was not seeing a loctician. I was retwisting my own hair. Apologies. I hope you can follow what I'm telling you, the timeline I'm giving you. Okay. So the first time that I went to a loctician is after I left my job, which was sometime 2022. I think it was either June or July. That was the first time I went to a loctician, and that's the first time they did a professional style for me. Prior to that, I was retwisting myself at home, and I was not retwisting frequently. Most of the time my hair was under a wig. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, so that was the first time that I was willing to fully immerse myself into this lock journey. So yeah, after I got the retwist done, I think I've got a picture or a video. I might link it somewhere up here or up here, wherever it is. I'm going to link in this video anyways. That's the first time, and obviously I felt good about that. And yeah, from then I continued with the locks. So I was hardly wearing wigs, maybe like once in a while if my hair was not retwisted, or if I had to go to an event or I had to go somewhere and my hair and I wasn't good at coming up with my own styles. Like I couldn't go to a loctician every single month because I didn't feel personally that was good for my locks, like manipulating it too much. So then I'll put on a wig like maybe once in a while. So yeah, so that continued, putting on the wig, going to the loctician, getting it styled, whatever it was. But still, even though I liked them, I loved how they made me feel, there were certain moments where, because they were not the length that I wanted them to be at, I just felt like I wasn't myself, like I wasn't as confident in myself with the locks at that length, and I started deliberating about, should I actually take these locks out? And then I decided that, you know what, I am gonna take them out. I started researching on YouTube, like videos on how to take out the locks, how to take out locks. And yeah, I found quite a few that were very, very helpful. Since I started them myself, there were twists that turned into locks. I just decided I could just comb them out, really. I didn't want to cut them. I mean, I knew it was going to be like a long process, a long journey to get it done. But I was determined because I wanted to move into a new era where I'm trying to look or present myself in a certain way. And at that time, my locks were not doing that for me. Regrettably, I'm saying this, but I'm just being honest. Like, that's how I felt. So, yeah, I looked up all these videos, and then boom, I just started taking them out. Granted, they took longer to take out than I wanted them to take. They took me more than a month. Seriously, I was going at my own pace, at my own speed. And I noticed there was one point in my locks, I think I've got a video that I'm going to show, where it was very hard to take out. But that's because I used, when I did that retwist, when I did it myself, I used like Talia Wade's gel. I don't think I used it properly, like, because you know when you go to the loctician, they'll put the gel and then they'll comb it out and then they'll twist it. What I did was, I remember that retwist, I put the gel, and instead of combing the gel into the lock, into the new regrowth, whatever it is, I just put it in and then I twisted it. So that tangled it really badly. So I feel like that point is what took me long. It's what made me take long to take out my locks. Like, literally, like one lock would take me like an hour and a half to take out, and my hair wasn't really that long. So yeah, but I persevered, and I feel like it took me maybe 6 weeks to 8 weeks to get it done, and I finally did it. So yeah, that's how my whole combing up my locks journey went, like what brought me up to that point where I decided I'm gonna comb up my locks. So let me show you the actual hair. So this is all the hair. I'm sorry, there's a lot of stuff. As you could see, there's a lot of, like, I think that's all product, that's all build up. I think I might do a video on how I took up my locks. Unfortunately, it will not be me doing it live to show you guys, but it's just going to be a simple video. It might be like a short video, like YouTube shorts, to show how I actually ended up doing it. But yeah, so this is the hair. This is what I took out. But surprisingly, all of this hair, I think, is the hair that was shedding, that was turning into locks, because I still have a lot of hair. I think I'm going to show a picture of how much hair that I still have, and that is the longest my hair has been, even with relaxer, braiding, all these things. So I didn't really look after my hair, but that's the longest that my hair has been. So I'm thankful that I went through this lock journey. I might do it again one day. If I do it again, there's a few things that I'm going to change. I'm going to have a separate video talking about a few reasons why I took out my locks, and if I get them done again, what I would do different. Okay, I'm just going to share my experience. And so yeah, thank you guys for joining me. I've combed out my locks. As you can see, I'm back to doing braids, back to doing simple styles. Like, I'm just trying to get into a different kind of era for myself. So I decided to film this video and let you guys know. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like my video, click the like button to let me know, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.